Shalom. We continue studying commandments of Yeshua, and today we will be talking about secret righteousness. Before we start talking, I would like to remind that commandments of Yeshua are a part of his covenant. It's important, it's our context. We also should remember, and we should keep it in mind, that the teacher focuses our attention on motivation and thoughts, and the true disciples must be righteous. Of course, they must be righteous, but immediately we get a question. How should I know about my righteousness? Obviously, when someone confirms it. I cannot just proclaim I'm righteous. No, I must have certain standards, that's number one. And number two, someone should accept my righteousness as such. So how should I know that? Someone should accept it. And why do people want to be accepted? Why do people seek for acceptance? And especially here is a question about the society. There are several reasons, we have a few reasons why people want to be accepted by their societies. Number one, it's belongingness. We have a natural need to belong, to be part of a group. Then, it's also self-esteem. When people accept us, it gives us a sort of feeling of competence and increases our value. When we are accepted, we also feel safety. The group to some extent protects us as members of this group. Also resources. Interestingly enough, but it's also an important thing which motivates people to be accepted. Society's acceptance opens doors to resources and opportunities such as better job and better life. And the last thing which I would like to mention, obviously there are more reasons for the seeking of acceptance, but the last thing which I would like to mention is influence. Influence is a type of power. If I'm influential, I am powerful. Well, it means it is natural to seek social acceptance. Yes, it is normal when I do that. And a congregation is our society. We become a part of our congregation, and naturally we will seek its acceptance. How will it look like? For example, if we have a group of people who are seriously seeking God's righteousness, and I would like to go back and to remind you that Yeshua says you have to be righteous. And now I am looking for a group of people who want to become righteous in Yeshua, in His Spirit. And as soon as I become a part of this group, I struggle to be accepted. How to be accepted? Obviously, in order to get accepted, I will demonstrate my righteousness and my adherence to values and norms of righteousness. How to practice righteousness? Obviously, to make it visible. It's logically justified. However, practicing righteousness according to Yeshua is different. One more time, it's natural to seek acceptance. It's natural to demonstrate righteousness. But Yeshua says something else. Beware of practicing your righteousness before others to be seen by them. Otherwise, you have no reward from your Father in heaven. Previously, Yeshua taught about correct motivation, and here we see sort of continuation of this teaching. The key phrase is before others. Practicing before others. Yes, I practice my righteousness in order to be accepted as a righteous person. It's normal to get authority, to belong. And the key question is, who will reward me? Yeshua says, yes, you may belong, you may be accepted, you may practice your righteousness before people so that they see your righteousness, to be seen by them. But you will have no reward for that. No reward from your Father in heaven. The people will reward you. The key question is, who will reward me? People who accept me or the Father who accepts me. It is not possible to receive two kinds of rewards. We can get only one according to Yeshua. So whenever you do tzedakah, do not sound a trumpet before you as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, so that they may be glorified by man. Amen, I tell you, they have their reward in full, says Yeshua. Tzedakah, literally righteousness, but in fact, when you give your money to charity, for example, if you are giving your money to the synagogue, it's called tzedakah, literally righteousness. Tzedakah, righteousness in Hebrew, we don't know if this word was used 2,000 years ago in this meaning. However, in Greek we have a very interesting phrase, poies eleimasusen. This literally means to do an act of mercy. And it means to give alms. So, another translation. So, when you give to the poor, this is New American Standard Bible, do not sound the trumpet before you. When you give to the poor. So, when you give to the poor, make it secretly. Do not sound the trumpet. It's an idiom. Today we have, instead of the trumpet, we have views, likes, friends, promotion, advertising, followers. Celebrities are cool, friends. Celebrities are cool. A famous actor died of an overdose. It was some time ago. A network of drug dealers was arrested. However, a few days later, they dimmed lights in Manhattan to honor this actor. What were his achievements? Wait a minute. He achieved nothing. He achieved nothing. But he was famous. That is why we will forgive drug trafficking. By the way, it's illegal to possess those drugs. So, the bad guys must go to prison. But this guy was famous. That's why we will dim light in Manhattan. You see what is going on? He is famous, he is accepted, he belongs. That's why the bad guys are going to the prison and he is honored. Wait a minute, Yeshua says, I do not accept it. Do not be as hypocrites. And by the way, here we have a transliteration of a Greek word, hypocrites. In Hellenistic Greek, commonly meant actor, or the one who performs in front of others. We may become actors performing righteousness. We want to belong, logically justified, and we want to be accepted. But when you do tzedakah, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your tzedakah may be in secret, and your Father who sees in secret shall reward you. Do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Is likely something like a hyperbole, something exaggerated. Yeshua is not against public prayers or acts of mercy, because he practiced those publicly. However, alms, righteousness, and all good deeds should be secret deeds. This verse ends with three essential words. Shall reward you. Who? The Father. This is the Father who knows, who hears, and who will reward. And the same things are said about the prayer. When you pray, do not be like the hypocrites, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and on the street corners, so that they may be seen by others. Amen, I tell you, they have their reward in full. This commandment repeats the previous one in terms of motivation, but in terms of practice, it may be about the content of our prayers. How should we pray? Have you heard some song prayers which people read from their notes? It is not bad to read written prayers. No, we read our prayers when we have our liturgy. However, if you do it for the sake of a good picture, we may become hypocrites. So, the first part of Yeshua's teaching was about righteousness, and now he wants us to achieve this righteousness and to hide it, to do it in secret. But you, when you pray, go into your inner room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret shall reward you. We found so far that Yeshua teaches us to be righteous. He wants us to practice our righteousness. He wants us to do it in secret without advertising, blowing shofar, or attempts to draw someone's attention. Friends, Yeshua promised that he would reward us and to give us secret manna and the name which nobody knows except for the one who receives. Those gifts will be secret gifts. You will receive them as personal gifts from Yeshua, but in order to receive those, you have to practice your righteousness in secret.